officially welcome to the Friday Pilates. Let's give that core even more strength, shall we? So basically, we have a single touch, we have an extension with those arms. Pull in and try to find your own limit at home. So remember that core, it's always pushing inside. Now, the moment we pull the knees inside, bring those arms over your chest. And now, yes, we're gonna lift the shoulder blades off the ground to release it on the ground. So we have a single touch. Here there is no tension at all. We point to the ceiling. First we work a lot of strength and control, but at the end, the moment we pull the knees inside, use those abs to lift your head plus your shoulder blades off the ground to then reset and restart. Quick reminder, use the single touch with your toes to work a lot of control here, so your abs are always pushing inside. When we extend and when we open ourselves, it will become even more hard to keep it on the center. So always try to push inside, and then how much higher can you pull those shoulder blades off the ground? As a good guide, when you are crunching it off the ground, aim your nose wants to go towards both of your knees. That's the goal and the position of the head. How do you know at home if it's right? Well, your abs, they should be right now on fire, basically. Whenever you need to stop, you can always stop, take a break, remove your hips a little bit, just move them off the ground. Then let's go for the last 60 seconds. How's those abs working out? Because we're gonna try to keep them a little bit tougher, shall we? Keep the same sequence as before. Single touch with your toes. We extend, we open, same as before. So keep a lot of control here on the center of your core. Let's push it off the ground and then grab one of your knees. Extend the other one. Pull the knee to yourself for one. Switch, pull for two, pull for three, and only pull 4 times. Once we have those 4, release it on the ground to restart. That means arms are completely without kind of strength. Same as your shoulders, same as the neck, same as the head. We go for the single touch with a lot of control. The moment we lift those arms and the legs towards the ceiling, still the head and the neck has no tension at all. The only tension comes when we pull the knees inside and we lift a little bit the shoulder blades off the ground. Grab one of your knees, start to pull the knee as much as you can. 4 times only, that means 2 per side. Once you have those 1, 2, 3, and 4, stop, release, reset. Let's do it all over again. Now, for every time you grab your knees, make sure both of your elbows are pointing out. And of course, first time we're going to stretch, especially the glutes. Don't be afraid of them. Pull as much as you can. And at home, what do you say since it's Friday? 4 times. That's not too much, right? If you can and if you're ready to go, for every time you pull your knees, let's go give it up now to 10. That means 5 and 5. You will have more core engaged. Try to pull those knees until 10 if we can. Hey Varv, I can see myself behind you and a big screen. Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice. That's so weird. All right, team, 30 seconds and the last 30 seconds. So probably in 30 seconds, we can do it only once more, that full sequence. Prepare your hips for what's coming. They do the evil laugh. Once you have done that last one, just chill for a little bit. Extend both of your legs on the ground and take your arms over your head. Should we go for the first roll-ups to see what's happening? Let's try it. Both of our legs on the ground, both thumbs over the head. Try this before we start. Pull your lower back off the ground. So you will need to squeeze your lower back to pull it off the ground. Then the opposite. Activate that core. The abs, they push inside. And let's do it. Single, and easy roll up. Pop up your chest, sit down on your hips. Take your arms always so far pointing to the front. Check the distance between your shoulders and your ears. There should be a lot instead of here. And once you have sit down straight, that's it. Release it. Down we go. And the moment those arms goes over your head, try that again. Pull your lower back off the ground. Push it against the ground to go again. Big roll. Pop up your chest, sit down on your sit bones, shoulders down. Try to always keep your head, remember, the head will never go forward. So always, if you can, think about your chin. Try to push a little bit your chin backwards. And then down we go with a lot of control coming from those abs, from that core. Always play with your core, play with your lower back. It should be off the ground and against the ground with a lot of strength. Don't forget the moment you sit down straight, don't forget about your neck. So first of all, always check both of your shoulders. Are they higher or the opposite? Always lower. And then think about your chin. It will never go forward. It goes just a little bit behind, just a little bit, not too much. Now, in a scale of effort, this roll-ups, they should be in between 1 or 2, not more. Elish is watching me like, really? 1 or 2? Oh my God. I feel like a 10 already. Noch 2 keer, alsjeblieft. Hey, these are the easy ones. These are super, super easy. Come on, we can do this. Main goal here, it's strength from the core, strength to sitting down straight, and also double check always on your neck, especially the shoulders. If they go up, that's a lot of tension for the neck. I would say not good. Now let's bring a little bit more tougher. How? Bend your favorite leg. That's it. Click. That was it. So we're going to keep the same. Try to pull your lower back off the ground. Try to squeeze it against. Let's go for the roll. And then try to sit down the straightest as you can by always keeping your leg bent. The far away that foot goes, the easier it gets to roll up and sit down straight. Now, the closer it comes, that foot, the not so easy to sit down straight. So if you see yourself on the reflection of the camera that you are sitting like here, something is wrong. Push that foot a little bit far away. Sit down always super straight. Remember the head, it will never go forward. A little bit backwards, and then down we go. Now here comes the good news. We're not going to switch our leg. Keep always the same one. Let's go for 60 seconds on only one of our sides. Then I'm going to ask you the other 60 to switch on the other side. So focus on this first minute. How closer can you get that foot to yourself until you start to lose something? Probably you will lose or the roll up or the sitting down straight. Which one will come first? That's a big question. head, it's a mess. Or my hair. Let's see how fast are you with the chatting. Go for it. All right, last 20 seconds with the same leg. Is it coming that foot closer than before? Can you feel your limit? Or have you found out that limit? Topi, whenever you want at home, switch your side, please. Let's try it on the other side. Let's see if it goes good. Now here come some common questions that normally I always hear. Manu, is it okay if for every time I go up, if one of my foot goes off the ground, is it okay? Yes, it's totally fine as long as you can roll up and as long as you can still sit down straight. Manu, is it okay if both of my feet they lift off the ground the moment I roll up? Is that okay? I will say kind of yes, as long as you still can sit down straight. Mar, it will not be okay, for example, if that foot that you are bending or the leg you're bending, it's too close and you work really fast with no control at all. So always at home try to keep a lot of control. Especially feel that roll up and try also to feel the moment you sit down super straight. We still have the last 20 seconds on that side. And I thank all of you already that you are there. You know me, right? What's gonna come? Free coffee for who's guest? What's coming? Yeah, Elish, you have a free coffee. Both of your legs bent, so let's try it. Start, if you can, not too far away. Try to take both of your feet a little bit closer. Aim for the first roll up. Try to sit down straight, and you should feel here, if you balance yourself to the right and to the left, you will feel those sit bones. Careful here a lot on your neck, on your shoulders, always down. Once you got it, here comes the not so easy part. The moment you go down, try to go super slow, but super slow. So try to find that you're just placing your lower back on the ground, and then all your spine goes to the ground to restart. A big roll. Shoulders down, your head is always straight. Pop up your chest as much as you can. Hold it just for a few seconds. And then the main challenge also will be to go as slower as you can to the ground. Manu, can I stop in between? No, I'm the Grinch. On Fridays, I turn the Grinch of Pilates. You cannot stop. Keep going, even if it hurts. But if you really need to stop, then you can stop. How's the core? How's the abs? Is it easier now? Is it easier to roll up with this music? Not tricky. You know, it's watching and be like, what do you mean? It hurts anyway. Once you have done those last two, good news, we will do a little bit something later tougher. Yay. Don't forget to drink in between a little bit of water, maybe coffee, tea. Don't pull up the strong things. Today is Friday, it's not Saturday. Toppy, should we go for it? Let's work now the same with only one side of your leg, so only one leg will be bent. Now we're gonna try to pull that leg to us. So now we're gonna work the strength on those arms. Choose your favorite leg. It doesn't matter if it's the right or the left, because now, yes, we're gonna start to do one-on-one. Work the same roll up as before. Keep those shoulders down, pop up your chest as much as you can, and the good news is now we can grab that leg and pull it as much as we can against ourselves. So try to, it's like you grab someone and you bring it really closer to you. And once you got it, don't lose the strength on those arms. Round, slowly your spine, and down we go. And only hold your lower back on the ground. That means not the shoulder blades, and your head goes to the ground. They keep it up, same like we had started before. I don't know if you remember. And from here, guess what? Switch 4, switch 3, switch 2, switch 1. So you end up with the same leg that you have started, and then release it. Switch on the other side. We bend first. Let's work step by step. Step number 1 will be the roll up. Sit down super straight, same like we have started and we have been working so far. Then grab it. Don't lose your spine. That means we're not going to round it so far. Always straight. Grab it and pull it to yourself. A lot of strength coming from those arms. Once you got it, then yes, round your spine. And if you can, with a lot of control, try to go easy down. Just stop with your lower back. Pull that leg as much as you can. Then just switch 4, switch 3, switch 2, and you should have ended with the same leg that you just started. Once you got it, stop and release it. Switch on the other side. So step number 1, it's always the roll up. Step number 2, it's a lot of strength. Step number 3 will be a lot of control when you go down. And step number 4 will be those magical moments of switching your legs 4 times. Super good luck on this one. Try to feel the moment that pull, or the moment you grab your leg, try to feel that pull coming from your arms, especially your biceps, your biceps. I think I do know the answer of this one, but just in case, can you still feel the core working? The answer should be yes, right? Can you, or have you started to feel the old arms? But here comes the really good thing. The moment you are laying down on the ground and the moment you're pulling your knee to yourself, that's a lot of release, not only for the glutes, but also it's connected to your lower back. So right now, we are also helping that lower back to be a little bit more released than before. If and only with a huge if, we are all okay with it, let's go for the last 30 seconds. So let's go one time on your right side and one time then for the left side. Barb, it's your knee okay with this one? Perfect. And the other Barb, it's your lower back okay with this one? Perfect. Oh, nice. We don't accept any more Barbaras, eh? Sorry. That's a limit, only 2. Otherwise it becomes a mess, yeah. Lekker so far? Should we go? Let's roll up, please, and just sit down on the ground. This is going to be now our starting point. How are we going to start? Well, not precisely here. Try to start same as before. So sit down the straightest as you can. This is going to be our starting point. Now, our first move will start with the head and the neck. So basically, check this. Chin goes down. That was your first move. So here, some of you already, you must feel the stretch on your neck. Then round your spine, and first time we're going to stretch those hamstrings as much as we can forward. Try to push in between 5 to 6 seconds. And once you have those 5 to 10 seconds, back to our starting point. To start our second part, bring those hands behind your hips, and let's push those hips off the ground as much as we can. So this part has a lot of strength. After 5 seconds, you release it, back to our starting point, and always start first with your head, not stretching. First comes the head down. And once you got it, round. Let's go for the first part. Our first part is a lot of stretch, actually. Hamstrings, calves, lower back. 5 to 10 6 seconds, sorry. We always go back to the starting point. That means we always need to sit down straight. And then when we switch on the second part, let's go for a lot of strength, actually. How much on that bridge can you push through both of your heels on the ground? How higher can you push your hips off the ground? And how much more can you open your chest? So think about this. From the starting point, we have two moves. The first one comes with a lot of stretch and always starts with your head and your neck, and then goes to the hamstrings. And the second part has a lot of strength. For the strength training, think about your heels, they push a lot. Think about your hips, they go higher. And think about your chest, should be opened. And this afternoon you will think about me. Be advised. I must say it out loud, you all look amazing. So let's keep up the good work and let's add on a little bit more difficult. Same starting point, same neck, same strength, same as before. We're not going to change this part. The only part, yes, we're going to change, it's on the bridge. We have 4 points on the ground, 2 heels and 2 hands. If you take one hand off the ground, you will fall instantly. Mar, if you take one heel off the ground, you won't fall. 5 seconds and then release it to restart. By taking one heel off the ground, you will feel how one side of your hamstrings, they will work a lot actually. So you should compensate that heel that goes off the ground, you will compensate it with the other leg. With what? Especially the hamstring. Careful on the cramps. If by any chance, if you feel a tiny sign of a cramp, just simply let it go. Stop right away. We say also in the scale of effort 1 to 10, this is a 1 or a 2? No, not at all. The moment you take one of your foot off the ground, don't forget about the hips. They shouldn't, at least, they shouldn't drop too much. If they drop a little bit, it's totally fine. But if they drop too much, try to always make an extra effort to push. Now, what will you say? Can we do the last 2 times more of this one? Maybe. Misschien. Quizás. How's the arms? How's the triceps? Yeah, they hurt. I know. Elish, how are you? Oh, sorry. I broke your halo, sorry. Careful when you're
I
gonna
cannot
touch.
lift my leg.
That was a fast. Mute, mute. Yeah, I know. I personally hate that one, but I love it at the same time. Shall we go for the good ones, team? What do you say? Let's train a little strength for one of our sides now. Before we start, choose your favorite side and check first your elbow. Sorry, the elbow must always be underneath the same line as your shoulder. The opposite, if you want to check here, it's too far close, and here it's too far away. With this one, you will work a lot the neck actually. So always try to keep it underneath your line of your shoulders. We're gonna work again on 2 steps. The first one will be a lot of strength on this part. So let's go for huge circles, only 3 huge circles with your leg always fully extend. And try to keep your hips on those circles steady. That means they won't move off the ground. Once you have those huge circles, that has only 3 of them, place your foot in front of the other one and focus on your hips. You need to push them off the ground as much as you can. So it's like somebody grabs you from here and pulls you off the ground thanks to the strength on this side. Hold it here for 3 to 5 seconds and then slowly down to restart and bring all the strength again to this part, the top part. 3 huge circles with 3 to 5 seconds working the strength on the lower or the bottom part. If the elbow hurts on the ground, play something, a towel, a pillow, a cat. How many cats do you have? The circles, it's a really simple move, right? So always pay extra attention on your knee. It shouldn't bend. The knee on the circles, it's always fully extend. And also pay attention to your hips. The move comes from the hips and not from the knee. If the knee bends, that's the movement comes from the knee. So it's always fully extend and it should come from here, from your hips, the widest and the big ones as you can do them. Let's work out the last 30 seconds on that side, and you do know that I'm going to ask you on the other side later, right? Otherwise, if we won't work the other side, later you will walk weird. From those last 30 seconds, let's go for the 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's switch, please, onto the other side. Same deal. 3 huge circles. Come in the strength from your hips. Double check always on your elbow, the one that is on the ground should be or must be underneath your the line of your shoulder. The strength comes from those hips. Remember the widest and the big ones as you can do them, and then to lift your hips off the ground. Don't forget to place the foot in front. If the foot goes backwards, it's a little bit more complicated. If it goes into the front, it's easier to push. Simple moves, but really effective, and you should feel how the strength goes from your right to the left, to the right to the left, or to the top part of your hips to the lower part. Topi, the last 30 seconds, please. Get ready for when it's coming. halfway, 15 to go. Squeezing every minute out. Nice. Let's go for the last 5 seconds. 4, 3. Nice, team. Let's work a lot of strength now. Turning it around. That means bring the chest to the ground. Think about this. Remember the neck? What happens the moment you look forward, right? The moment you look forward, that's not good for your neck. So we're going to try to work on 2 parts. The first part will be from the lower back down below, and the second part from the lower back, including the lower back, to the top. So the first part, place both of your hands on the ground and your head on top of them. So your forehead, it's on your hands. Let's work those legs. Watch this. Try to lift your legs as much as you can. Point behind with your toes. Bend your legs as much as you can. So bring your heels to your glutes. Point again and touch the ground. That was 1. Let's go for the second one. We lift, we point, we bend, we point, then we touch the ground with the toes. That was 2. That was it. Now let's switch for the second part. Lift your chest, point forward with the arms, and pull them back to bring them inside again. That was 1. Let's go for the second one. We first lift the chest, then we point forward, then we pull the elbows back or towards your ribs to go down to the ground. That was 2. Switch again. Legs again. We pull first off the ground, we point, we bend. Point, touch. Only 2. Feel the moment you bend your knees, feel those hamstrings. They will work a lot. The moment you switch to your arms, don't forget to lift your chest, careful on the head. It will be super easy and tempting to look forward. I don't know why. It's like, I think we have seen a lot of Superman movies. So trust me, Superman has had a lot of issues with the neck. Keep your eyes always on the ground. Point forward with the arms. Pull back your elbows to your ribs. A lot of strength. It's like you want to grab something between your ribs and your elbows, and then it goes down. 2 for your legs, 2 for your arms. Now here comes the good news, or the not so good news. Even if you don't want, your lower back will be working. With your legs or your arms, the lower back is in the middle. So all the strength will come from the middle. The middle, that's our core. That means the lower back will work even if you don't want. So help your lower back by squeezing those abs a lot. So if you need to do a checklist, the first part, you should feel your lower back, your core, your abs, your butt, hamstrings and legs. The second part, the checklist, comes your lower back, your core, your abs, plus the arms and the shoulder blades. So your lower back and the core, it's always there working. Can we and should we do the last 2 times? Is that okay? Lisan, how's this one with your right shoulder? Is it okay? That's cool. So it's only for the pushes that it kinds of... okay. Don't worry, we're not going to do any kind of pushes. Your mom will do them for you, don't worry. Sorry, Wilfred will do them for you. There. Once at home we have achieved those 2. Let's go for a little bit of pushing, shall we? What do you say? Instead of 2 with the legs and 2 with the arms, let's bring it down to only 1. That means point, bend, point, down, switch, push forward, pull backwards, and since your hands are really closer to those shoulders, bring them to the ground. And here you can choose. You can drop your knees to push, or without the knees, now we're gonna push and stretch as much as we can that spine. Let's here hold it between 5 to 10 seconds. And once you got it, I will bring you a new challenge since it's Friday. You should go to the ground the slower as you can. And once your chest, your belly bottom, and everything is on the ground, let's reset. First, start with your legs, lift them, point backwards, bend as much as you can, point, and touch the ground with your toes. Switch to your arms. Lift your chest. Remember, your head is always looking down. First goes forward, pull them back, bring them to the ground. Time to push. Time to keep pushing backwards, so let's go for the big, massive stretch. After a few seconds, remember, the moment we go down, try to go super slow, or even if you want, you can drop both of your knees. But always try to keep in mind this: when you go down, those elbows, they go towards your ribs, so they go really closer instead of out. And that's going to be the main challenge to do it, actually. Now, if you have to choose only one workout, that it's which one it's going to be? Work out the part of your legs or work out with your arms when you push forward? You have to choose only one. Which one will it be? The legs. Oh, that was a crab, Maddie. Now you can choose if you want to mix them. Huh. They what, Manu? Yep, you can mix them, and we have done it before. So if you want to, let's try it. Lift both of your legs and lift them to the front of your room. The moment you pull your elbows, bend. Also, the moment those hands goes to the ground, point, and guess what? We push. So if you like to, you can keep working first your legs and then your arms, or you can try to mix them. Even if you want, remember you can always drop both of your knees to go slowly down. If you, by any chance, you are mixing them, let me know how it feels. I will give you a quick advice. It won't feel easier, for sure. I know. I don't know how some of you are still smiling whilst you are doing this. I'm impressed, actually. Alright, good news. Last 60 seconds, last minute for a lot of strength. And after this, we're gonna switch for a lot of stretch. So after this will come a really good ones. I hope. Alrighty, 20 seconds to go. So question, in 20 seconds, can you do one more? Let's go for the good ones, shall we? Knees on the ground underneath your hips, and if you want to, place something underneath your knees so they will feel maybe a little bit better. Two simple moves. The first one, drop your hips backwards and in between both of your knees. So your knees, instead of here, try to always open them up a little bit more. So your hips, they can drop in between. So let's open a little bit and relax our legs and the lower back. That's going to be our first one. Hold it. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, even 15 seconds. Try to relax here a lot. Once you got it, then release it and let's go for a rotation. We know also this one. Bring your shoulder to the ground. The head remains on the ground. Relax again. 10 seconds or 15 seconds on that side. Once you have that side, switch on the other side, of course. And once you have done or you have completed both of your sides with the rotation, comes again the stretch backwards. Push as much as you can, relax that lower back, even place your head on the ground. After that, remember, after your lower back and your spine comes the rotation. This one they must and they should feel super good. So at home, try to keep on doing it 2 times more for your right side, sorry, and 2 times more for your left side. And this will be it for this Friday. So I hope you have all enjoyed it actually. Are you still alive? Are you all still okay?